Hello, my friends, and welcome to another Devotional Connection. I want to share a thought with you that I shared this past weekend at a couple of services, and it's from a sermon I heard way back in about 2014 or so. I don't even remember the speaker's name, but he was asking a question and expounding on it, and it was, are you a fan or just a follower of Christ? And there's a difference. There's a difference between being a fan and a follower. There's a difference between preference and conviction. A preference is something you can change your mind about. I can change my mind about any team that I'm a fan of. Sometimes I like them, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I follow them, sometimes I won't. And especially when your team isn't doing so hot or doing so well, or you think they made a bad move. But a conviction, or when you're a follower, you have conviction. And that conviction is something you are willing to die for. And that is different from being a fan. That is different for somebody who's just showing a preference. That is being a follower. And being a follower comes with some things that, a lot of us, we may recognize, but we may not completely understand. John 14:6 says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. There is an extreme amount of exclusivity to what Jesus says here. He talks about what the greatest commandment is in Matthew 22:37, and he says, love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, all your mind, all your strength. There's no getting around that. That is the greatest commandment. And that takes conviction to do. You have to pour your all into it, all of your being into him, if you're going to be a follower. It's a lot of us enjoy coming to church, and we like the things that are said about Jesus. We like the things that are that he offers us. We love the fact that he offers eternal life. We love the fact that he offers us a crown at the end of our journey. We love the fact that he offers to reunite us with our loved ones that have chosen him. But that crown, that paradise, that uniting with our loved ones goes through one path. Matthew 16:24 says, if any man would come after me, he must deny himself, take up his cross, and follow me. That path, that crown, that paradise also leads us by the cross. And you must take up yours and follow him. The ups, the downs, the highs and lows of the journey. No, you don't get to decide where you go. You're following. It's like asking the railway car to tell the engine where it's supposed to go. No, the engine goes where it goes. And if you decide to jump off the engine, if you decide to jump off the train, if you decide to unhook yourself from the leader, two things happen. Number one, you begin to slow down and eventually come to a dead stop. And number two, you have no power to go anywhere on your own. You are stuck in the same place. You hit your your railway car to Jesus, and he takes you where he goes, because he's the only one who has the power to get anywhere, and he's the only one who knows where he's going. We have to grow from being fans into being followers. We have to go from being people who prefer to go to church and be around Christians to those who have conviction that this is what I am and it will not be taken from me because I'm not leaving. One of the things that I've learned to say in my personal life is that I can be mad at God. I can not like the things that he has done, or he has allowed, or he has told me to do, or he has agreed for me. I can not like the position he's put me in, but I'm gonna not like it in his house, eating at his table, and doing the thing that he asked me to do with as much gusto as I can muster. I'm not going anywhere. I may quietly voice my concerns, but mind you, I'm being quiet about it because I'm not going anywhere. And I'm still going to be in his house, under his roof, and in his family. There were a lot of people that followed Jesus in his day. He had a lot of fans. He was popular. But you read over and over again and how the crowds followed him. And they followed him because he was performing miracles. He was healing. He was casting out demons. Blind people could see, and the lame could walk, and the mute and deaf and dumb could talk and listen and hear and speak. He stayed all day healing people. But how many of those people that he healed became disciples? They came because he was offering something. They were fans. But when he asked people to follow him, why do you want to follow me? I don't even have a place to lay my head. When a rich young ruler, who I do believe will be in heaven, but the rich young ruler, he told him, you've done everything right. You followed the law. But now drop what you're doing, sell all your possessions, give them to the poor, and follow me. And all of a sudden, you found out who that young man's real God was. His position, his wealth. He liked what Jesus did, but he wasn't ready to be a follower. I think he was ready later. That's my personal opinion. I think that started him down the path of getting ready. But he wasn't ready at the time. This is not the glamorous life that he offers. What he is doing is fighting so desperately to save all of his children. And if you're willing to be a follower of Christ, not a fan, then we must do it with conviction and gusto. Our whole heart, our whole mind, all our strength, our whole body. And we follow him no matter where he goes. Something to think about. Hope I made this clear. I might have rambled a bit, but you guys know me. Talk to you again soon.